Why, hello there. We made it to another Monday. That's right, it's January the 24th. We got one more Monday out of this month. That's right, one more Monday out of this month. But following my theme of cool ideas on for Monday, to not really talk about politics, I'm just going to continue that. So, I've seen one or two videos about this, and I just think it's a cool idea, assuming that I could actually share it. There we go. Now, this is from newatlas.com. I'm not familiar with New Atlas, but this is an energy vault to build a grid level gravity fed battery from the towers of concrete blocks. Now, my understanding, this isn't exactly perfect. There's definitely some issues to it. Now, this was written back in November of 9 of 2018, so it's kind of an old article. Let's go ahead and click the videos. As you can see, the windmills actually power the crane device. And here's another picture. So as it's charging, it's moving these blocks up and down, mostly up. And when there's not enough power, it actually puts them down. So as it builds up, it stores it, and as it depletes, it kind of builds down, which is a very interesting concept. Meeting our growing energy demands without continually destroy the planet might be one of the biggest challenges of our time. Sometimes you gotta destroy some things in order to progress. And it calls for some pretty creative solutions. Swiss company at Energy Volt just announced a innovative new system that stores potential energy in a huge tower of concrete, which it can drop by crane to harvest kinetic energy. With the focus of storing energy from the intermediate renewable sources such as wind and solar, the energy vault takes advantage of some of the fundamental physics. If you coil a spring, for example, you're packing it with potential energy, and as soon as you let go, that energy is unleashed as the spring extends itself back out. The new system scales that up to the grid level. In this case, the potential energy is stored inside huge concrete blocks to charge up the skyscraper size battery. In six-arm crane, it lifts the blocks off the ground and stacks them up around the base, creating a tower to discharge the crane. Simply lowers the blocks back into the ground or back to the ground, converting the kinetic energy from the descent into electricity. Proprietary algorithms calibrate and control the charge and discharge cycles to make it as efficient as possible. According to the company, the general concept was inspired by plumbed hydro plants in which is also tapped into gravity. In those systems, power is generated by water rushing downhill through turbines, and during times of low energy demand, the water is pumped up back to a higher reservoir to reset the energy potential. The company says each tower can be built to have a capacity of 35 megawatts per hour and 4 megawatts peak power base on their size, with modularity on the system, allowing the capacity to be increased by building more towers. While it might seem to be a big cumbersome, the crane can generate power as little as 2.9 seconds and has a round trip energy efficiency of 90%. Unlike chemical storage, once those bricks are stacked up, the energy won't leak or degrade. Hypothetically, I mean, you do have some degrading as time goes. That said, the Energy Vault claims that the concrete black blocks won't degrade over time, but it seems like years of exposure to the elements could slowly wear away at them, as I was saying. Still, the company says the system should have the lifetime of 30 to 40 years. Another possible argument against the system is that concrete is one of the most environmentally damaging materials to produce, so building the components in the first place could leave a big footprint. But the Energy Vault says that blocks made out of concrete debris that would normally be headed for landfill, reducing both cost and waste material. It's also said it will look into using various concrete based composite materials suited for different regions around the world. The ultimate goal of the system is to store energy and produce by renewable sources like wind and solar, keeping the lights on even when the wind isn't blowing or the sun isn't shining. It should be able to do so at a low cost per kilowatt per hour than other storages like the Tesla Huge Leon battery in Australia and the Brine 4 Power Redux Flow battery in Germany. The first 35 megawatt hour energy vault system is due to deploy in India for the Tata Power Company in 2019. So hopefully it's already been built. Now, while this isn't the perfect solution, there is no perfect solution to this other than going back to candlelight, which would save energy, but you also have an open flame. This is probably the closest to the near perfect solution that we're probably going to have. It does have its faults like wear and tear over the years, not to mention that other people mention wind could also have a potential to sway these blocks back and forth. But I digress. This is the outside of the box thinking to store energy, and I do think it's a direction in the right path. With that being said, leave a comment down below what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button on all and any platforms, or just the current platform that you're currently watching. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.